That's true. And so going back a little bit, like, what's it like working with like legislatures? Like when you want to like get some sort of law, get them to recognize it or make some big change. Because I know, for example, in Florida, there's been a lot of discussion over like water quality and like how that impacts all of us, how that impacts farmers. Like, what advice do you have for anybody that might want to contact their legislature and try to, fix something in their state?
I would say you start early. You've got to start
Mhm.
very early, and build relationships with your representatives. Get to know them when they're running for office. Um, I've been very lucky. Almost every time I pick a candidate that I think is going to be somebody I want to support, they get elected.
Nice.
So I'm usually on very early with that. It's not often I don't pick the right one, but don't stop with just the one you think is going to be picked. Get to know them all, because at least a little bit. That way, you're recognizable to them. Um, and don't just go with the party that you are. Like,
Yeah.
you're a Republican, don't just talk to the Republican representatives. Talk to the Democrat representatives. They're going to represent everybody, no matter what letters next to their name. So make sure you're hitting both sides of the aisle, and then build meaningful relationships with them. Like, don't just use them. They're still people. They're people just like you and me. They have job to do. Not only are they representing us in our Congress and in the Senate or in your state house or even your county commission, but they also have a job back at home more than likely too. So they're people just like us. Just take the time, get to know them. That way, when it comes time that there's an issue that's important to you, you have those contacts, you have that relationship base already there, and you can reach out. And you're not just some stranger at that point trying to get your word in. You have a foothold that you can actually get a meeting, and what you say actually matters, has value to it, because they know that you're a reputable person, that you're a real person. So just getting started early, there's a lot of value in that, and then and be consistent. You know, don't just reach out to them when you need something. Check on them and ask them, hey, is there anything that you have coming up that you need help with?
Mm.
Just giving that ask, if it's something that aligns with what you believe in, jump on and help them. During election season, just waving a sign can mean a lot. So it's hard, especially after COVID. Getting volunteers is so hard. So being willing to be one of those volunteers, uh, it goes a long way.
I can imagine. And you said something that I didn't think people could say in 2023, and that's if you're a Democrat, look for the Republicans. If you're a Republican, look for the Democrats. Like,
Yep.
I feel like it's so weird that that's so foreign to so many people. They're like, nope, I'm Republican. I'm not looking for a Democrat at all. Like, I'm not even going to
Yeah.
entertain the idea. But like, it doesn't matter what political party you're on. You can have good ideas. Like, we need to look at all the
Yes.
political parties. We've got to get past that bias, which
Yeah.
I think that's a very good point that you brought up.
Yeah. There's a state representative, Representative Chambliss. I hope I said that right, but he's down in Miami, a state representative in Florida, and he's just a good old farm boy, and that's what he calls himself. I believe he's either from Mississippi. I think he's from Mississippi, either that or Louisiana, but just a good old farm boy, and he votes for agriculture.
Hmm.
He's a Democrat, but you know what? Him and me have the same goals. We want to support our farmers. So yeah, I'm gonna talk to him when I go to DC. When I go to Tallahassee, I'm gonna find him. I'm gonna shake his hand. I'm gonna say thank you for what you're doing for the farmers.
Yeah, there you go. It's okay to disagree on certain topics because I guarantee you we can all still find common ground on like whatever that is. Agriculture, not agriculture. So
Right.
I think those are all some very, very good points that I think we especially need in 2023, which is always interesting.
Yes. Yeah. We definitely need more getting back to the middle, realizing that we're all humans on this earth. We can disagree and not have to hate each other. We can get along.
We can get along, and key fact, we have to get along.
We do. Yeah.
So, I mean, I mentioned about all the stuff going on in Florida. I mean, like, what other issues, like you have like your finger on the pulse of all things Florida agriculture. Like, what are some other issues going on in the state that people might not be aware of?
I think the two biggest ones in my mind, and they have been problems for a while, is development. That's always been a
Mm,
big problem for ag. Unfortunately, when a farm gets to the point where there's not the next generation to take it over, and it's going to be developed, the farmer has to sell it. The farmer has to retire at some point. So if nobody's going to buy it out and continue farming, he's going to sell it. What's going to happen is that a development's going to buy it and it's going to be developed. I mean, it's
yep.
unfortunate, but the farmer has to have a way to retire at some point. So, as much as I don't want to see that land developed, the farmer has a right to retire at some point. He's worked a lot of hours. It's his turn. Um, so development is definitely an issue. it's an issue for a lot of things. It's not just an issue for agriculture. It's an issue for the environment, for water quality, for wildlife. Carlton Ward has his awesome documentary out, The Path of the Panther, that's talking about how our wildlife corridors are getting cut off, and these endangered
Mm.
species are going, going extinct because they're getting hit by cars because they have nowhere to go. Um, so last I heard, we had over 1,000 people moving to Florida a day. I don't know if that number's changed. I think it's about a year ago since I heard that number. So that's huge.